Hello everyone! My plan today is to explore this entire new region that popped up on Aqualis. And it looks like the coral is growing finally. However, before we go there was a small update. And it added a new rack to, well, a satellite rack to one of these islands. So let's go find that one real quick. I'm guessing it's on one of the outer-ish islands. This new satellite is going to be pretty great though, because it has a bunch of endgame loot in it. Because it's all stuff so you could make a rocket to go back to the home planet. It actually starts to look pretty nice with all the coral and things in place. Aha, I think I see it. Yeah, this looks like a satellite, alright. There it is, a bunch of good stuff. Alright, let's go back home, dump all these supplies. And then we go over to that over there. Whatever the rocky biome is. Now something that is quite interesting is they give you the supplies so you could immediately go back right in case you forgot something. But it's not going to be that easy though. Like, the platform in order to build the rocket, that costs quite a bit of power. I mean, 265, it doesn't sound like a lot now. But to actually get it, you're going to at least need a nuclear reactor, right? In case you forgot all the items. You can't build that without water bottles. And the atmospheric water collector, which is the only way to get water currently, you cannot make until at least an hour into the planet, unless you maybe speedrun getting TI up real quick. So it's not like you can go back immediately, which I guess is fine, and in our case, I'm not really planning on going back anyway, until I completed the planet, as I set myself this fun little challenge. And I think if you want to have some sort of challenge in Planet Crafter, I would suggest coming to this planet as well, without anything. We do need a lot of TI though on this planet. In order to get every recipe, we're going to need 7 TTI, which is a lot. Especially since Prime, a world I've been playing on for years, only has 37 TTI. However, we did get way better drills and stuff way after I started playing, so it should go a lot faster if we really wanted to. Yeah, until we get to that stage where it's just going to be boring grinding, I'm not planning on getting anything from Prime to speed up my progress on Aqualis. Just because I don't want to. Want to experience this planet? Probably not as it was meant to be. Because I feel like you are supposed to bring a lot of stuff from Prime onto this particular planet. Aqualis is not that forgiving, especially not with food. We only got 1 seed so far. That is kind of the main problem I have. I'm gonna start on the left side of the island, I guess, or of these rocky islands, and get myself to the right side, and we'll see how that goes. I'm quite happy that we got a regular pulsar cord already, though. That is something I want to look for. That way we can make fusion reactors. Gives us a ton of power. I also brought 2 oxygen capsules. I feel like I'm gonna need more, because I already had to use 1. And if this one is anything like the other island, I'm gonna assume it doesn't really have any base resources on it. And I feel like I'm just exploring these rocks for no reason. Don't really seem to have anything on it. Yeah, it's just a barren patch of land. Oh, got a new fishy. Is there an actual proper way to get on top of the island here? It may have been on the other side though, actually, now I think about it. Well, I think I found one here though. And this goes nowhere. Alright, this is the side we started on. I guess this must be it. This seems like a path goes up. Wow. It isn't that special up here. Well, not special, I mean there's literally nothing. No resources. Not even the cosmic quartz. That is really weird. I've been having that a lot with Aqualis. It kinda just doesn't have anything. Oh, we still have those 2 to explore. Or those 3, maybe. I did see some large coral on one of them. But I'm gonna have to go back, get more oxygen bottles. And hopefully the food has grown as well. We need to get one of those large farm plots ASAP. There we go. Eat some food. We survive for another day. I'm gonna bring 5 oxygen bottles. And I guess we head out again. You know, I could have brought the apartment with me, like I usually do. That way we don't need the oxygen bottles. But I thought we would have found some more supplies by now. So I kind of wanted to take more inventory space over oxygen. Because at least on the other island right there that popped up, super alloy was readily available. And there were a lot of clams, so there was a ton to have in your pockets. I don't see anything underwater either. Now it could very well be that a lot of stuff pops up later and we have to go back to these islands. I think that's zeolite over there. Thought it was coral at first, but on closer inspection, does look like zeolite. Alright, let's look on this other rock. There is a satellite here. At least it's something. Ooh, fertilizer. Hell yeah. Let's see, there's a frog pond down below. There's glitchy terrain over here. And it doesn't seem like there was much more than that. So let's check out this one. This one has some weird issues when you look underwater. Doesn't look correct. What was this? Another satellite? Oh, look at that. Zeolite. This is where it's found. As expected on what we just saw. Great, there's meteors out now. I'm scared. You know, last time they fucking clobbered me multiple times. Looks like there's a bunch of landslides, but it's just meteors. Here's that giant zeolite that I saw. There's a cave here. Well, not much of a cave, just a place for these clams to hang out. All our inventory is full, but we still have quite a bit to explore. The entire right section of this new location. And then still on top there as well. You know, it's a lot bigger than I thought, I will admit. I will say that the flight back takes bloody ages. Oh, actually, I didn't even realize. We got more seeds. Oh, hell yeah. One of them is mushrooms. So we have a different kind of food now. But I want to deal with that later. Also, our plant box and then other box is full. Also, while we've been away, we're at 82% of a seismic shock. It's gonna pull up another island soon. Alright, final island, what you got to offer, man? You know, I'm so surprised that all these water pools, they don't lead anywhere. They really look like they would. This island also has a lot of frog ponds, I've noticed. Oh, and a golden clam. You know, I got to thinking, with this new moon update, we were able to craft quartz, right? I mean, solar quartz were already craftable, but now we should also be able to craft the rest. Which means we can take them apart. Seeing as we cannot use most of the colored quartz anyway, I say we take one of them apart and see what it's made out of. Because if it is regular quartz, we can use that for fusion generation, which makes a lot of power. And it doesn't seem like the top of this island has a lot. Although there is a passageway that goes through here. Oh, more quartz. And iron. But I think because I was able to just pick it up, that is just from the meteor storm that happened. But hey, iron is pretty good. We need that. Well, we're full up, sadly. But I think that is alright, because there's not much left on this island. I just want to make 100% sure. Beans. Oh. That could be good, because we can make golden food with that, seeing as we have honey. And we desperately do need food. Which means we would have to go back, though. That is kind of unfortunate. Ah, you know what? I'm just gonna eat all this. That actually filled me up pretty much instantly. So, basically as good as golden food. There's only two things left, bacteria as well as algae. I think I'm just gonna leave those here. If we ever need them, we'll come back, but we probably don't need them, so that's fine. Also, we finally met the GTI, which also means we got a new recipe. It was an outdoor farm tier 2. Why is it better, though? I'm guessing it's just faster than the regular tier 1. I will admit that this landmass was a lot larger than it looked, and it already looked kind of big to begin with. Alright, we're back. How far are we with seismic? Oh, we already made it. Yeah, next up is the butterfly farm. Happens at 9 GTI, which is gonna take a little while. Alright, I think first things first, let's see what quartz is made out of. The blazer quartz. Okay, so they don't seem to be crazy expensive. Selenium. Alright, I don't think that can be found on this planet. Wasn't a solar quartz made with regular quartz? No? Wait, it's this cheap? There's no way, right? Huh. Ooh, but we do have a few fusion cells. They're made out of quartz. Hell yeah. Because with that, we can now make our fusion reactor and look at the energy. 1500 almost? The tier 2 nuclear reactor was second best. We can't even make that because we require explosive powder. But this is fantastic. We now have so much power at our fingertips, which is something we're definitely gonna need because this bar's barely moving again. Alright, so I had the idea of making the biolab, because with the biolab we can make explosive powder, and with that we can construct a tier 2 machine optimizer. And in turn with that, we can fill it up with power multipliers, which means we're gonna get a lot more power. Alright, there we go, we have access to the biolab again. Yeah, explosive powder isn't that expensive now. Oh, and our second island is coming up. Or third one, I mean. Where? Over there. I did see some rocks sticking out of the water before. I guess it makes sense if that place has something. And that already looks to be a lot larger. Well, it doesn't really. It seems like something is still popping up over there, though. It looks really cool, though. There's a bunch of arches. And that's that. We're not gonna explore that right now, though, because I still want to get the TI up quicker. But I am quite happy that a new island popped up. I can't remember if the tier 2 can hold 2 fuses or 3 fuses. I suppose we'll find out. Alright, let's see. The tier 2 optimizer. Put it right next to that. Right now, so it was 3 fuses. And how many? This took 5 machines, right? Or optimizes 8, I think it says down there. Yeah. Heck yeah. And it also takes this one, which generates over 6,500 kilowatts. Because each one of these boosted by 150%. That's crazy. So we should have a massive surplus of power now. Yep, over 8.5k. Up to now, we've only been using 2,000. With that power, one of the things I want to get is space trading. Because we can buy some other kind of fuses with that money. Like pressure and heat. Let's buy free pressure. That will boost us up significantly again. And I don't think we need anything else at the moment. Would have liked the seeds beforehand, but that doesn't really matter anymore. But it does mean I want to have another one of these tier 2 machine optimizers. And it looks like we're running low on super alloy rods, which isn't fun because I was kind of hoping to make a bunch more tier 5 drills. While we're waiting anyway, which I think is going to be at least a couple more minutes. 500 seconds? Yeah, that's a lot of minutes. I'm going to go over to this super alloy island, and I'm going to collect as much as I can. I really hope we get that breathable atmosphere soon, because I keep running off without oxygen. Oh, we can deconstruct clams? Huh, I did not know that. I just deconstructed the compartment because I needed some air, and I saw that I can deconstruct those as well when I was hovering over it. Oh, I missed a super alloy rod. 2 even, I never saw this place apparently. And there's also one of these. Hell yeah, baby. More super alloy rods. Alright, let's deconstruct this one. Let's see what the small ones give, the regular ones. Also super alloy. I don't really care much for the phosphorus, but the super alloy is pretty nice. Let's see what the green ones give us. Also phosphorus and super alloy. Well, they're not that unique, I guess. You know what, I'm just gonna leave the compartment here. Ultimately, I'm gonna fly off to this island multiple times anyway. Probably kill myself with no oxygen. So we may as well have a safety feature here. Alright, there we go. First big locker. I need to dump all these super alloys somewhere. Alright, that wasn't a bad haul. We basically went from nothing at all to a lot, so... And that was enough super alloy to make 5 extra... or 4 extra tier 5 drills. So things are gonna be a grand. Because currently, it's producing 3.6k. We put this in there. 3.6 to... 54.7. Yeah, that's a lot faster, man. And we're gonna place more as well. Surprisingly, we're not actually generating GTI as fast as I thought, but it is going a lot quicker. Yeah, you can actually see this bar move now too. That is so good. How much are we generating? Look at that number, man. 7.8 million NPI, or MPA. And technically, there's still one open slot, so we make some more super alloy rods. We make one more tier 5 drill. All 8 slots of the machine optimizer should be filled with just tier 5 drills. Heck yeah, because now we have 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, sweet. Now that we have all 8 of them, GTI should spike up quite a bit. We can send some more pressure rockets into the atmosphere, but we don't have any rockets on hand. We could make a few though, but I also don't have the silicon to do it, and it's going to cost extra super alloy. I kind of want to keep this just in case for now, but that is going rather quick. So hopefully while we're exploring the new location that popped up today, we gain enough GTI to make it to water plants. But we'll see if that happens in the next episode. Today we had a massive spike in generation of both power and pressure. One of the next goals should really be to make a farm. But we need to make some more fertilizer for that. We only have a few eggplants, so we really need to find eggplant seeds. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.